How far did you get with your education?
I graduated high school. I went to college for like a semester and shit, but like that's it. I ain't laugh.
And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But let's dive a little earlier in your education. And for time reference, it's September 2021 now. But what schools did you attend growing up? Elementary, middle, high school?
My elementary school, like I went to Jeff Wall, and then like my middle school, I went to Miller, and then high school Central
These were public or private schools?
Public.
Now, what kind of kid were you in class, generally speaking?
I wasn't no bad kid. I was like, I was one of them kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got into shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did shit I wasn't supposed to did, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't no saint, you know what I'm saying? But like, I was one of them kids, like, I was always respectful, you know what I'm saying? I was very respectful, like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, no, sir. Like, that's how I raised. Like, I was always kind of like a good kid, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even in school, like, I used to, like, my grades was cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? After I get done with my work, whatever I want to do, if I'm doing some bullshit after that, I did it. But, like, I handled my business first.
When it comes to these manners, who raised you like that?
I was raised by my grandma.
On your mother's side or father's side?
Yeah, my mama's side.
When you would get into mischief, where would that stem from?
Man, it was more like just always on some keeping it real shit. It was more like as a kid coming up where I was from and shit. It was more on some just like trying to be cool type shit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's where most of all that shit comes from. Like to the point where like I always been like everybody know me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like I always been like everybody fuck with me. But like it like most of the shit nigga was getting into that we weren't supposed to been getting into, it was more on some just doing shit, just like young wild shit, just doing it on some bullshit.
What did that teach you? What did you learn from that?
I ain't gonna lie, like I'm a whole different nigga than I was as a young nigga, cause it like I say, even like my 10th grade year in high school and shit, like I remember like my ninth grade year, my grade was good, but like after my ninth grade year, the ninth grade summer, I kind of like feel kind of like deep in the street. Then like I was raised in the streets, like I was always around street shit, like you know what I'm saying, but like I say like my ninth grade school year, like eighth grade year going to the ninth grade, it's like I kind of had got like deep in the streets. So like that ninth grade year, 10th grade year, kind of like I was just at school bullshit. Like one doing no work, one doing nothing. I was just like on some street shit. You know what I'm saying? But like as I got old, I be like, man, that was the dumbest shit I ever did. Like you know, I could have graduated with honors, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't because, like, I had to make up so much shit my 11th, 12th grade year from shit I did my 9th, 10th grade year just on some street bullshit, some dumb shit.
Do you regret that?
Hell yeah.
And why do you say that?
Man, because, like that shit lame. That shit lame, you know what I'm saying? Especially like, cause like I say, like I always been like smart. I always knew what to do, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, I still like it was I was going through some shit at one point in time in my life. Like I did what I was just on. You feel me? So, but like you know, it's good.
Were you part of a certain crowd when you were in school?
Yeah, my same hood now.
And refresh my memory. What hood is that?
Southside, Southside of Helena.
Did anyone attend your schools end up becoming well known or famous themselves?
Nah, I'm probably like I'm the first one. Well, I ain't gonna. I'm probably one of the first ones. Cause like Freddie didn't go to my high school.
Was that ever a thought?
Nah, never. Like it's crazy. 'Cause like I say, I know some females that I went to school with, like classmates and shit. I don't know why, what, because back then I ain't used to do nothing. But they used to always be like, bro, you gonna be a superstar. You know what I'm saying? They used to cut to the point they used to call me when they see me now. What up, superstar? Before I started rapping, what up, superstar? They had nicknamed me that. You feel me? Like I don't even like I wasn't doing nothing to, but like I don't know. So it's just like I guess some people probably like synced it. I don't know.
Now, what about music? Did you ever take a music class when you were in school?
I hated music class in school. That's crazy. Hated it.
So you did take something.
I took music class.
What about band? What about chorus?
I ain't never took band.
What was it about music class you didn't like?
I think it was like I said. I was young. I liked the music, but I don't. I ain't, at the time I don't think I was just like ready to sit down and like understand it.
Any regrets on that?
Kind of sorta. Cause like that's like right now I be wanting to like learn how to make beats and shit like, and I think it's just more like a patience thing.
Even though you didn't like music class, you did take it at one point in your life. Did anything that you observed in that class help you with being a recording artist at all?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, nah.
Were you ever the type to freestyle or battle rap other classmates?
Yeah, that's how I started rapping, freestyling, just like off the, like in a circle, like my partner rapping, and I'm just finishing up behind him. Like that's how all before I ever got in the studio or anything. That's what I was doing. And like people used to tell me like, bro, you hard. If you go record something, you write something, that shit'll be hard.
Remember what age you were?
Man, 15, 16, shit like that.
Did you have a song you were promoting back then when you were in school?
Nah, never had like when I was in school. Like nah,
Did you participate in talent shows at all growing up?
I was in a talent show before, and that came about just like I say, and they were even in high school. Like I wasn't even taking marriage serious then, but like I got a partner that rap. You know what I'm saying? My brother, my partner Helena. You know what I'm saying? We got married together to today. It's like when we were like when I was like in ninth grade, he was like in the eighth grade. So I'm a year older than him. When I like in 10th, ninth grade, all that, he always had like a studio at the house. So like he was from West Helena, I was from Helena. So like I remember when I first like started leaving high school, we'll leave school and everybody would go to his house, all my friends, we'll be in there and he'd be like, bro, I get on the song, y'all get on the song. Like we just be in there trying to do it. So I remember we all had did a song one time. And then like we get to it was a talent show one weekend. They kind of put us on the spot. They just, hey bro, we performing our song we did. Like you know what I'm saying? I was like, what? Like but like shit, that's what it was. But like even after that, I still like wasn't taking this serious. Like still wasn't like going to do no music or nothing like that.
How'd you guys fare in that talent show?
We did good. We actually did good. They were fucking with it.
Was it a talent show where you're just showcasing the talent, or did they choose a winner?
I think they did choose a winner, but I don't think we won, dog. We ain't win.
And when you say brother, are you using the phrase brother, or you guys were actually
I'm
biologically
just
related?
using that phrase. It's like that's just something I say.
Now, aside from music, did you ever get into sports?
Yeah, I grew up playing sport.
Did you take any of these sports serious?
At one point, I was all into it, but like I fell out of love with that shit too. At one point too.
How far did you get with any sports?
Like I actually played like school ball, like basketball and shit. You know what I'm saying? Even like in high school, I even played like baseball and shit. But like I grew up playing baseball, where I'm from and shit. We used to have little league, pony leagues and shit when I was a kid. So like in high school, like baseball had always been like one of my favorite sports and shit. So I played that during high school. I played like basketball. Like I ain't like I think I stopped like playing basketball for like school ball. Like when I got to like high school, like I wasn't just like on that type of time no more. Like I used to still like go to like every day I'm hooping. Every day I'm going to the gyms and shit, but like I wasn't just playing like, you know what I'm saying, school ball.
So you never did varsity in baseball or
I
basketball?
did varsity baseball.
And Why'd baseball stop?
Cause like basically like where I'm from, like it's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there, but it's not a thing where I'm from. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't like sports where I'm from. It's like you have a lot of people that play sports that's good. They got the talent to go to college and D1, but like they ain't scouting nobody from Helena. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't doing it. The coaches ain't that we ain't got a lot of shit that high schools got. You got high schools now with $1 million fields and equipment and shit. We don't got all that. We just getting out there and going what we got. Like these people got like real they having camps and training camp. Like we never did that type of shit.
When it comes to baseball, um, did you do any outside leagues?
Nah.
Outside, I mean, you did leagues when you were growing
Yeah,
up,
when I was growing
but
up,
when you were in high school and you were doing varsity, you didn't do any outside leagues, seeing that, okay, high school varsity, it's not taken serious for scouts and things of that nature. Maybe
like
I
I
should.
say, cause like I say, where I'm from, like I say, it just like I ain't never, like I say, don't nobody make it. You know what I'm saying? Sports, music, nothing. So it was never nothing I was like, I'm finna put my all into this and try to make it out in baseball. Like, nah, it ain't never been like that.
What led to baseball initially for you?
You say what now?
What led to baseball at first for you? Why baseball?
Man, like, man, growing up when I was a kid, like my grandma's house, like a kid, 7, 8 years old, we played baseball every day. We had tennis balls. My grandma used to get out there and play with us right there in her yard, like the whole neighborhood. We do this every day, so it's like it was kind of something like I grew up on. Like I always knew how to play. You know what I'm saying? So it like then like I stay like right by the park, and like I say, we were having little league, pony league and at the time back then. Like that's all we had. So like everybody was doing it.
Now, when you were playing high school varsity baseball, what position?
I played second base and shortstop, and I played back catcher. I basically played second base and back catcher.
Did you have a jersey number back then?
14.
Was that picked or given?
Yeah, that was picked.
Was there any meaning behind that number for you?
Nah, it kind of like when I played sports, even though I played basketball, my number was like 14 or 4. You know what I'm saying? I just always fuck with like the number 4.
When you were playing varsity baseball, were you a starter?
Yeah,
And what grades did you play varsity baseball?
like I want to say,
Junior and senior year?
yeah.
Never did regional, state, national
Nah,
competitions?
we ain't never win. We ain't never win. So
No scholarship offers?
never.
Does that sport run in your family at all? Baseball?
Kinda. Like I said, I got my uncle. My uncle played like baseball and shit. Even after high school, him playing baseball, he went out. He used to play like softball and shit with grown leagues. Like I say, coming up where I'm from, it was a thing back then at one point in time. Like but now like everything different. Like they ain't doing that no more.
Ever attend homecoming or prom?
Yeah, I went to prom,
Junior year, senior year?
senior year.
What was that like for you?
It was cool. Like, cause I was one. Like I said, I was one of them people. Like, I ain't fucking with. It used to be like I ain't fucking with that shit. But like, it was cool. It was a cool experience.
Did they play your music at all at prom?
I wasn't rapping. I
Okay.
wasn't rapping in high school.
Just freestyling.
Yeah, I wasn't rapping in high school.
Did you go with a girlfriend at the time?
Nah, I actually went with. I went to the prom. My cousin. Like, she was just like, well, I kind of like we just, I just, you know what I'm saying. Just, we walked in with each other. We dressed alike and shit. Like my family.
Before you graduated high school, any superlatives?
What you mean? What?
Sometimes they give out in the yearbook most likely to succeed, best dressed, biggest flirt, things of that nature.
Man, they were hating on me. No, I'm just talking shit, but like, nah, I ain't win none of that. I was looking at the yearbook later, like, damn, I ain't win nothing in the yearbook, cuz that crazy. They would sleep on me.
You did graduate high school.
I graduated high school.
You start college.
Yeah, I went to college, like a semester.
What college was this?
It was UAM, University of Monticello.
And why that college for you at the time?
Shit, I think, honestly, I think like they had said to me, like I said, I was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So like, but it's, at the same time though, like I'm right by my grandma, so like, I don't want no nigga like I'm gonna make my grandma happy before anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't care what come with that. Like, I'm gonna make sure she happy first. I ain't gonna put her through none of that. So like, I knew that what she wanted me to do, and then like I think I had like two partners from high school that I graduated with. They were talking about going to two. They got to see, I got to see. So I'm like, cool. I go there with them. I got some people I know that's going. So like, I'm cool with it.
This was a public or private school?
It was public.
And right when high school's done, you go right away to college, or was there some time lapse there?
High school was over in May. I went to college like in August.
So no break, you went right away.
Mm-hmm.
Did you live on campus or off
I
campus?
lived on campus in the dorms.
Student housing.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That shit was cool. Like, that shit was turned. UAM be turned.
And why student housing for you? Sometimes people live off campus.
Shit, that's all I could afford. I like I say, when you have shit, like whatever gonna be, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, financial aid gonna cover, that's what it's gonna be.
Could you pick where you were housed at
Nah,
while you were on campus at student housing?
like they gon', you know what I'm saying, they already got you where they gonna have you at.
Remember what building name it was?
Bankston Arms.
You had roommates?
Yeah,
How many?
I had one, my partner Lance.
He became your partner after, or he was
Nah,
already your partner
that was
before?
we graduated together from the same high school, and like we've been going to school with each other since head start. Like, that's my partner.
How were you able to get him to be your roommate?
I think how that happened was, 'cause I think it was like they had some more shit set up, but we ended up going like, hey, we want to be each other roommates, and they made it happen for us.
When it came to financial aid, that's how you got to college? Was there any grants? Was there any scholarship at all?
Nah, I ain't had no scholarship, financial aid.
Before you attended that school, did it have a reputation?
I'm not sure. Like, I ain't used to really be into that type of shit. I ain't really sure. I'd heard of it before, but like, it ain't just no big school, like, you know.
You do end up dropping out.
Yeah.
What was the reason there?
My grandma had died. Like I told you, like, that was learning while I was there. Like, I mean, my grandma had died. Like, they had called me. I was in college. Like, one of my family members called me and was like, "You ain't heard?" Like, nobody didn't call me. I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, my grandma was dead, and then they were like, "Man, the doctor just gave grandma, like, they just told me she got like 2 weeks to live." And I kind of think I just really like went about it the wrong way. Like, I just ended up like leaving, like left all my stuff, all my clothes, everything. I just did.
Your grandmother raised you, but were your biological parents around at all?
I mean, they was around. My mama, they was around. Like, my mama kind of like was in and out of town and shit, like working and shit. My dad, like, he was like in and out of jail though. Like, you know, he was around though. I knew who my daddy was. Like, he wasn't just around like he supposed to be, but you know, I knew who he was.
How did your grandmother pass away, if you don't mind me asking?
She died from like a cancer.
So when she passed away, was it a complete surprise or was
Yeah,
this imminent?
it was. It was. 'Cause like I said, my grandma didn't smoke or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. 'Cause like she was straight. She was real straight, and just like she just got like sick. Like out the blue, it went from like being walking around up and healthy, doing everything to herself, to like going to the doctor one day, them telling her like she got 2 weeks to live.
So she was, I'm assuming here, stage 4 when she found out she had cancer.
Yeah, I will say that. But like I say, as I get older, and older, I'm starting to kind of like really believe like that. I think they kind of like my grandma kind of been new, but I just think they ain't never really tell us.
Why do you think that? What leads you to believe that she knew and didn't say anything?
Like I don't really got no facts to that. You know what I'm saying? Just how I feel. Like you know what I'm saying? Just how I feel.
So when you um, drop out, this was towards the end of that semester?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the semester.
So you never really even finished that semester.
Mm-mm.
What was your parents' reaction to you dropping out?
Like I say at the time, while everything was going on, like this my grandma, like so it like she like the backbone of the family, and like they know how close we was, so it like at the time like it wasn't really nothing being said about it. It just like I guess like they was just like my especially like my daddy. Like I said at the time, then like I said my dad, like my dad wasn't in jail then, but like I say he ain't really he wasn't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? Then my mama, it was like she was just like she going through it too. Like I said, this her mama, so it's like it want it. I say if anything, it probably just wasn't even on their mind like that. Like we going through some serious shit right now.
Now, I know why you dropped out. I know how everything played out. And the reasoning you even went to college was for your grandmother in
Yeah.
mind. But looking back on how everything played out, do you wish you would have, at some point, finished college, picked it back up, and actually finished it?
Nah. Like back then, like I said, I was going to college for like my grandma and shit. Like I was just like I said, I was just a regular little street kid. Then I didn't really know too much. I ain't used to know too much about too much shit. But like now I'm older, I read on shit now and shit like and college is scam.
Before you attended that school, did you have a plan at all? Did you aspire to be something? You know, sometimes kids growing up, they say, man, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a lawyer one day. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. Was there any of that for you when you even attended school? When you attended college, to be specific?
Nah. Like I say, where I'm from Helena, so it's like, man, I just always knew I gotta go for what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, cause like I said, I was in college, and like I said, I'm the only reason I'm really there is like, like I say, cause of my grandma. You know, so I ain't even there cause like I ain't even have a major. You know, I ain't even decided a major yet cause I really like I don't really want to be here. I'm just really here cause of this. Cause it's like I said, I was so caught in the streets at the time, and like I just I used back then. I just used to always think like the goal was to be just like a big street nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I used to think.
Now, at this point, is it safe to say you're a full-time recording artist?
Yeah.
Did you foresee that ever happening growing up? Did you ever see yourself as being a full-time recording artist as your occupation as an adult?
Never. Never. I don't know like where it come from. Or like I never saw this shit.
When it comes to your education, I asked you a lot of questions about it. We talked about a lot of different aspects of it. But just overall speaking, in regards to your education, everything you went through, everything we just talked about, what did this entire experience teach you?
Man, like you need like you gotta have some book sense out here. Like you could be in the streets, but if you ain't got no book sense, you lost. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know they say, you know what I'm saying? If you put the answer to a test right in the book, you know what I'm saying? A black man won't even pick it up. You know the answer's right there. He ain't gonna read it. Like you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some sense out here. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here moving like. Well, everywhere you go, you can't be a renegade. That shit don't get you nowhere. Like it's good to have common sense. You know what I'm saying?
If you could turn back the hands of time, would you have done anything different in regards to your education?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. Like I said, I'm smart as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no dumb nigga, none of that. Like, I'm cool with it.
At what point, after your grandmother passes away, you drop out of college, is music taken seriously? Rough estimate. 6 months after, a year after, 2 years after?
I'd say actually like 2 or 3 years after. Like, it got serious. Cause like it was from that other situation. Like my grandma died like I say, my grandma died like 2012. Like I wanna say my auntie died like 2011. I had a couple more probably people I knew that died in between them times. And like I just used to be like I'm one of them people I used to just be going through so much shit and like that shit like the rap shit just turned out to be like therapy. It was the only thing that can like help me at some point.